Hello, everybody. My name is Brandon Dombrowski. Welcome to the Introduction to the Technical Project Management role within North Seattle College's Application Development Department. Today, we'll discuss the primary responsibilities of the Technical Project Manager, which include building out the plan, team's buy-in, managing status and team progress, lots and lots of documentation, repository maintenance, and general administration and scheduling. In terms of the plan, you'll primarily assist the technical program manager with building out the tasks, the relationships, the baseline, the risks, and the responsibilities of the developers working on the plan. This will all be built within an agile planning software program. For our program, we'll be using Smartsheet. Further, anytime you see plan capitalized, that will refer to the official plan. One of the key aspects of project management is building buy-in with the team. And this isn't just getting the team interested in working on a project, it's getting them to buy into the plan, like what the overall goal is, what will be the objectives, and what will be the final outcome. Buy-in is critically important because if you get team members to buy into the program or into the project plan, they're more likely to work hard, be invested in the project, and complete tasks on time. So it can really mean the difference of a plan moving forward, inch by inch or by miles. But for the technical project manager, buy-in is achieved through several different aspects of the role. You can show the team that you care about the work, definitely lead by example. And then this is really key in my opinion, and one thing I really strive for is through action. It's easy to talk about something, but through action, you can genuinely show your team members that you care about them and that you're interested in their development. Buy-in is also achieved through being reasonable about deadlines and extensions, and working with the developers on a plan that might be a little bit more doable. Another thing that you're going to want to do just in general is to connect with each and every team member of your team. It might become really tedious at times with all of the expectations and everything that you have to remember to connect with everybody, but it really should be something that you strive to do as much as possible. Managing and statusing the team progress is really, really key and critical to the project manager knowing if we're on time, if we're behind, if resources need to be adjusted. And that can, knowing about that can take a couple of different, ways of looking at it. In general, the sprint planning is going to be something that is tied in with the product owner. You'll be working on things like issues and tasks. You're going to want to tell all of the issues as a story. There's also going to be issue and PR templates that help guide how that is told. And then each and every one of the issues and tasks will include story points, which is kind of a rough idea of how much time the task will take the developer to accomplish. Statusing issues is also very important. Developers can do this on their own once they've completed something. In some cases, the template will include a requirement for a resolves hashtag, in which case the issue will be completed once, say, a pull request is approved. But in any case, even if the developers are able to status their own issues, this must be monitored and cleaned up by the technical project manager. It's also really important to keep the Kanban neat and up to date. This is a really great snapshot place for all of the key stakeholders to look on a project to see where it's at, what the status is, and how things are moving along. So keeping that neat and tidy is very, very important. It's also important to keep the branching clean, especially for newer developers. This can be very confusing within GitHub to understand, how that works. So it's really critical for the technical project manager to keep all of the branching clean. Another thing that's really important, and I might say really several more times, but it's avoiding creep. Within any project, there can be aspirations or passions to add this, that, or the other, or to expand upon, how something may or may not be done. But it's really also too important to do the task or the issue as is written. It saves time. It ensures that we're able to complete, a various minimally viable product on time. And then if we do have, extra resources at the end of a project, we can go back and add additional features, but only once the important tasks that we've already predefined are met, the requirements are met. Repository maintenance, this goes hand in hand with maintaining the Kanban board. You're just going to want to maintain and maintenance the current repos. There may be times when you add somebody and you forget to one specific permission, or a permission that's not given to everybody is needed by a specific student, and you can go in and change those things. You'll also oversee all of the issues within your specific project that you're working on. There's 4 repositories for each client, so you would be responsible for overseeing, all of those issues within all 4 of those repositories. Approving pull request is something that's definitely important for all team members to know how to do. When it comes to the highly technical, excuse me, pull request, it is appropriate for the developers to work on those, as they may take more time and research. And if the technical project manager is comfortable with approving those pull requests, they should certainly do so. But the dev team should really work on approving technical pull requests, and the technical project manager will approve them to clear up the backlog or to help move things through. Administration and scheduling is also really important for a technical project manager. And, sometimes you might think of this as being one of the lesser desired tasks to do, but for somebody who loves organization like myself, I really don't mind it. I enjoy it. One of the biggest keys to success, which is progress, not perfect, in my opinion, is that communication is key. There's so many ways to get off track on a project like this. And in production environments, when we're all, working past graduation, the projects are going to be much larger. There's going to be more stakeholders, more spinning wheels, more things to think about. And communication is key. As we're still students, right now is a great time to build on those communication tools that we already have developed, but develop them even deeper. So I encourage everybody to make sure that they're staying, in charge of communication and reading all of the, the messages that come your way. Administration is also important for the weekly stand-up. Over the summer term, we did the weekly stand-up in a weekly Zoom meeting. During the fall, winter, and spring quarters, the weekly stand-up will be done via Canvas, which is also where the Scrum reporting will take place. Another one of our key tools is our meeting notes. There will still be meetings about the project, at least on a weekly basis. The technical project managers will take notes for whomever is leading the meeting. In most cases, that will be the technical program manager. And sometimes it might be the lead developer or other stakeholders who might be within the meeting to give us some insight on what we're working on. Finding a time to meet is also very difficult within a student environment because everybody has jobs and families and children and pets and other things that keep us well busy outside of what we're doing to achieve our goals as students. So When to Meet is simple, it's free, it's a great resource for teams and for individual smaller groups to find a time that's common for everybody to meet without too much back and forth. You won't have to send like, 50 Slack messages to find, an hour or 15 minutes that works. A when to meet is really sufficient in showing you when that common time exists. And then just in general, whether you're in a production environment or working within the student group, navigating a very busy team is going to be one of the higher stresses of the technical project manager role. Because of scheduling and because of deadlines and different things, and just finding a common time when multiple people are able to meet, it can be stressful. And so just finding a cadence within being able to navigate that is key in terms of being really good at the technical project manager role. So we will have more information on what it means to be a technical project manager and what really drill down on what success looks like in the next video in this series. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll hope to see you in the next one.